Hey, welcome to the Knitting Samurai Plus One video podcast. I'm your host, Steph, also known as the Knitting Samurai, and this is episode 84. Do you like socks? Because apparently I am a sock knitter, and I forget periodically, and I go off and I knit other things, and then the perfect combination of yarn and needles happens, and oh, I remember I love knitting socks. So if you'd ask any of the family, friends, whatnot, that's what they see me knitting, so they think I'm a sock knitter. But then, of course, you and I know the truth, that I knit all kinds of things. But really, socks, I don't want to say they were my first love, but they're my true love. So, it is March 23rd. It's a Sunday morning. It's my dad's birthday and Steve's grandmother's birthday, or Roland's great-grandmother's birthday. So we're up in Maine celebrating with everybody and just saying happy birthdays. And it was really funny. We all sang to his grandmother yesterday. They had a party for her yesterday. And after everyone was finished, Roland says, happy birthday to you. So he doesn't quite get that it's, I don't know, he always says happy birthday to you, or happy birthday you. It's funny. It's very cute. It's one of those things that, you know, you have to savor it while he does it, because you're going to blink and he won't be doing it anymore. So, that being said, oh, and before I forget, I am wearing my second hitchhiker. So this one is out of Desert Vista Dye Works in the, could have been a superhero, I should have been a superhero, something about a superhero. And it's the base with the stellina in it, the fingering weight with the sparkle. And every time I wear it, I get at least 2 or 3 compliments. So it's a very, very pleasing scarf. So, I feel like I had something else, but now I'm not remembering what it was. So, couldn't have been very important, right? Yeah. Okay. So, first up, off the needles. Yay! I finished the second one, and then I launched into my 2 afterthought heels. Oh, I know what the other thing was. So we are in Maine. I brought all my knitting. I brought my camera thinking, okay, if I have some time, I'll record. If I have some peace and quiet while everyone else is playing. I don't have show notes. So this is going to be an exercise in seeing how well the pregnant mommy brain works. And I'll warn you, I was up at 4:30 yesterday morning, and I was up at 4:30 again this morning. So, early mornings for this girl. Anyways, so these are Knit Picks Felici yarn in the Sugared Violets colorway. I believe I got them on sale, and I will tell you why I believe that. I typically don't buy Knit Picks unless they're running a good deal, just because I'm going to end up spending $50 no matter what to get free shipping, and so it ends up being like a binge, and then a year later I'll binge again, and that's about it when I do that. So the pattern, I did do toe up, but I followed the pattern called Lala's Afterthought Heel for heel construction. Knit on US size zeros, 2mm needles, and they haven't been blocked yet, or washed. They're just hanging out on the sock blockers. And I know that this was the first one because I knit it and it came out lovely. And then as I was going along in this second one, let's see. So this is a self-striping yarn. They reached a point in this light purple, but in the transition between the light purple and the magenta, where it suddenly went into dark purple again. Oh, he's kicking. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna sit on the edge of my chair and give him a little more room. Where it transitioned right here, for a half a row it went dark purple, and then it's sort of splotchy in through here. There were probably 5 rows affected, and then this magenta row is a little lighter. It's inconsistently dyed versus the other magenta sections of the sock, but I didn't want to risk messing up the matching quality of the yarn, and they are I think I maybe no, they are pretty spot on perfect. So I didn't want to mess that up, and I didn't think it would matter to the recipient so much since it'll be under her pants. If it were on the foot of the sock, I might have cared a little more. But so I just knit through it, and I had this much left, so quite a bit left. I haven't weighed it, but yeah, so decent amount of yardage, enough definitely to make a pair of size 10s. But I do think I got the yarn on sale, and I knit 4 or 5 pairs of Felice yarn, and I've never encountered that any sort of dyeing problems, which makes me think that, yeah, I probably got them on sale. And maybe they even acknowledged it on the website, but I don't read. So when those were done, and I was like full of all this momentum for sock knitting, I jumped back onto working on my dad socks, which, if you remember back in January, I was talking about, oh, dad socks will be a great birthday present. Okay, it's his birthday and they're not done. I'm debating whether or not to share them with him and just say, these are coming for you, or keep it a surprise and give it to him for Father's Day. And I do have to say, this is a Planet-Wise bag. I ordered it on Amazon. They are wet dry baby bags. I don't know, that you put soiled diapers, or we've used them for wet swim trunks. I have a couple of these bags, and I was working on putting together an Amazon wish list instead of Babies R Us for the few things that I wanted to register for that my mom was like, you need to register somewhere. So anyways, I did it on Amazon. And while I was clicking around, for some reason these came up, and I love these bags as project bags. I do not put soiled diapers in them and then use them as project bags. So this is a brand new bag. I ordered it while I was building because I really like the pattern. It's the size small. It's tight to get 2 socks in here, so I'm not sure I would recommend it. I got the small and the medium as project bags for me. They're like $10 each. They're nicely lined. They're really bright. I love our independent seamstresses out there and all of the Etsy shops and their stuff, but sometimes you just want a little treat, and you're still, hey, you know what? It's been a month since I bought yarn. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so I bought 2 bags, but it was like 20 bucks for 2 bags, so it wasn't like a huge investment, and it's not like I blew my budget. So anyways, okay, so here's the bag. Just in case I never ever tell you again, they are Planet-Wise, and it's planetwise.com if you want to go to their website. And I don't know, they're environmentally friendly something. The first one I got, I was actually recording, so I'm sure I talked about it in the Expectant Knitter podcast when I was first pregnant producing that. My sister-in-law got it for me from her natural organic baby store that she works at. So she got me the first one and I loved, and I use as project bag. And now I have this one later on down the line that I got from Amazon. So they must be branching out, doing well, I hope. So you may want to check them out yourself. In that, I have a sock that you have seen before. So this is the Regia Snowflake yarn that I've sort of been on the fence about. It's called Snowflake Effects, and really all I see are some spotting in the lighter colorways of the darker colors. I don't see any sort of snowflake patterning, which is what I expected to find, and I'm not getting that. Last time you saw this sock, I was just past this stitch marker. That's the point at which I made the sock narrow back down to 64 stitches because my dad has a really wide foot. This is for him. I had talked about knitting this for his birthday, and today is his birthday, so clearly he's not getting them today, but maybe Father's Day. Yeah, so he has that wide, the ball of his foot is really wide, and then the rest of his leg, he's a thin man. So I make it wide for the ball, and then I make it cinch back in for the rest, so he doesn't get, so the fabric isn't stretched over the ball of his foot and getting additional wear that is unnecessary. So, and he likes it. He likes his custom socks. So, yesterday we had a 3-hour, 3 and some change car ride, and so I worked at the gusset increases and then turning the heel. This is my standard Wendy Johnson slip stitch heel that I love, 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 love. And you can see how the stripes worked up on the heel. I think that's pretty. I didn't worry about keeping the stripe sequence as I worked the gusset increases, just because, yes, it is a striping yarn, but they don't scream, I'm next, I'm next, I'm next. I don't know, maybe it looks different on camera, but to my eye, I thought it would be fine, and it looks fine to me. I think this one's a little wider than its mates, or it's a little more marled looking, but he's not going to care, and I definitely didn't care on this one. So, and then yesterday, after we got to the house, and the boys were chasing each other around, Roland and his older cousin, who's exactly, almost exactly the amount older than Roland will be for this baby. So it's for this baby. So it's fun to watch the two boys play together and go, oh, that's what our future looks like. But yeah, so I got to sit on the new couch at my in-laws with my feet up, knitting away while the boys chased each other and all the other adults kind of wrangled. So it was good. So I got a lot of progress done, which makes me happy. So I am knitting these, as I said, with a Regia snowflake yarn. These are Knit Picks. Size 0 needles, 2mm, and that's what I knit all my socks on. So just to talk about the socks a little bit, you saw I have the Knit Picks. This is Regia, and then I have a third pair of socks, Opal socks, on the needles. So those are three what I would consider workhorse yarns. And I have to say that the Regia yarn is by far my least favorite. That by far the least. It is a long third. So, and I've pretty much decided after knitting the Arabesque socks that I knit 2 years ago, which is a Regia yarn, and now using this yarn, which is a different, but it's still Regia yarn. I'm not going to buy Regia anymore. I knit with zeros the most, right? I am predominantly a sock knitter. I have the most muscle memory in knitting with that size needle at that tension. And I find that with the Regia yarn, my stitches look sloppy. I think that what it comes down to is that this is probably a light fingering weight yarn and the other two yarns are fingering weight. I would probably, if I were a little more versed in yarn construction, be able to deduce if this is because, or I could deduce it based on the weight of the yarn and the yardage behind it. So my guess is that the Regia weighs less. I'll probably put something in the show notes just because I am now curious. That the Regia weighs, no, that there's more yardage in the Regia than in the Opal and in the Knit Picks because the yarn itself is finer. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I don't know. I absolutely fell in love with knitting the Opal. I worked on a pair, I'll show to you in a second here. I worked on a pair on Friday and I was like, why do I knit with anything besides Opal? It is the workhorse yarn. Like, yes, the Indie Dyer yarns are great too, and they're fun to knit with, but you know what you're getting out of Opal, and you know every single time what you're getting, and it doesn't matter if you bought Opal a year ago or 5 years ago or 10 years from now. It's going to be the same quality yarn. Not that Indie Dyers vary so much, but I typically want to put that stuff on my body near my face so I can enjoy it. So I just think Opal is the best sock yarn ever. So that's my little 2 cents on that while I hold this guy. So if I fold it in half, which is my standard, how much longer do I need to knit this? I've got another 3 inches to go on this, and I should get that done today. So, and then move on to sock 2. I also have in this bag, because Wendy Johnson's slip stitch heel is my go-to heel construction. I love that construction. It fits me perfect, and I've never had any problem with wear and tear on it. I've shown this before, I'll show it again. I carry a little index card size piece of paper with the instructions. I typed them up one day and printed out a whole bunch of them, wrapped them in packing tape, and I keep one of these little cards in every single one of my sock knitting bags so that I always, no matter where I am, know how to knit the heel. Because I can do the rest of the sock, but the heel construction can stop me. So that's what's in there. And then the third sock that I've been alluding to in my bag by Allison, thank you Allison, I love using it, is some yarn I got for Christmas from my parents. This is Opal. It looks like bricks on the label, and you can clearly see that it's a self-striping yarn with a tag. That's half a skein. Here's what I have so far. And I did this on Friday in one day. So this is 1 day's worth of knitting. Friday was a great knitting day. Did some traveling for work and was just like, ooh, yes, I will knit, please. Thank you. So 2x2 rib toe-up construction, same as I like to do. I did cast on 16 stitches for the toe on each needle instead of 12. I'm finding that I like a little more rounded toe versus the hexagon shape, like half hex side. I like it more of a curve shape to the toe. And you can see the stripes are just pretty consistent. Do they look like bricks to you? I don't know. I cast these on thinking I would knit them for my mom, but then yesterday while we were up here, and I just love this. I mean, the stitches are so dense. It's absolutely beautiful yarn. Yesterday I was thinking that, you know, one of Steve's aunts is really enamored with my knitting, like, and maybe it's because I'm always knitting around her, but she encourages me to buy yarn and tells me when she sees something nice. She does. She's not a knitter, but she's very curious about my knitting, and I thought she would really like a pair of socks, and she's a redhead. And for some reason I just looked at this and thought, oh, I should knit these for her. So I may, if I can sneak off into the entryway and check out her shoe size today, they may go to her. If not, I'll talk to her daughter. So those are the socks. Socks! Lots of socks! What else can I find to share with you? You may recall that I already knit one of these toddler t-shirt vest things with the same green trim at the top and on the arms and on the hem. But for that one I used the pale blue Claudia hand paints yarn. And so the two of them are a gift for a friend, dear friend, who's having twins. So, and we do know that one is boy. So he'll get the other one more than likely, and then the girl, well, whatever she wants to do. I don't have an opinion on it. And I have this much left of the Louette. I am holding it doubled, but if I do not finish it in this skein with this sweater, then my plan is to do a fifth one with those two together. So, and if I only get to do it along, do the green accent along the collar, that's fine with me. I don't need it to go everywhere. So, that's that. It's been a while since I've had a lot of progress to show you on the Vivid. And when I show you this square that I'm currently on and dropping stitches, oh no, hold on. Oh man. Oh man. This is not good. Not good. I have to fix this. I'm sorry. I've dropped 2 stitches and the edging is garter stitch, so it's like some strands on each side. You want to make sure you pick them back up going the right way, that they match, and they do. Okay, so last time we spoke I had an orange square similarly far along, but it wasn't this one. So that's how far this current one is. This is my 3rd orange square. I am doing 3 of every color that I have selected to be in the blanket, so the 7 colors I'm using. And in case you'd like to see what the Vivid looks like, there's a crumpled up picture of it. That's by Tin Can Knits. It's from one of their, it's from Handmade in the UK. And, excuse me, I am knitting it on US size 7s, I believe. Don't hold me to that, it could be 8s, I'm not sure. I think it's 7s though. So yeah, here's the last finished orange square from last time. So this is my 3rd orange square. I'm doing 7 colors, and I decided to just, whatever, I'll do the full 21 squares because I want to be able to lay it out in different formations and figure out what color I like best. And some of them I've already done 3 squares in, and some of them I haven't, and a square takes less than 2 hours. It takes 2 hours, maybe a little more actually. Less than 3 hours, we'll say that. So it's not like it's not a huge time investment to make 1 additional square and then figure out what to do with it. So that's that. So I have 13 finished, 7 to go, and I'm due in 11 weeks. Well, at this point, 10 weeks. Tomorrow's my start of the new week, so 10 weeks. So Maybe I'll get it done, maybe I won't. It would need more dedication on my part to focus on working on that. So, Stitched by Jessalou bag. I love this color. It makes me so happy. I want to carry it around even though I don't really enjoy knitting on this project, which is the Sockhead hat by Kelly McClure. Ooh, look, I knew that. And these are US 2.5 3mm needles. They are the ones with black carbons. There's carbons. I love them. I hate them. I'm indifferent to them. They're fine. Yeah, not a lot to tell you here. I'm working with Into the World Blonde base, and it is 221B is the colorway, and it's nice. It's just, it's a good substitute project for sock knitting, and right now I'm in love with sock knitting, so this is probably going to get pushed by the wayside again. I had a day where there were, I didn't want to knit any of those socks, and so I worked on this. Did, I don't know, 6 rows. It's very slow progress. So, I've come to the end of my lineup of project bags, so I think I've come to the end of the show. I will see you in about 10 days or so, and I will have new and exciting things to share with you, but probably not new yarn. I'm doing so good with that. Thank you for all your help with the cold sheeping, or semi-cold sheeping advice over on Rav. I do go in there and read, when I'm feeling weak, I read one of those, and it makes me feel a little better. So, thank you. We do have a Rav group. Go over and join if you want, Knitting Samurai +1. And you can find show notes at the blog, www.knittingsamurai+1.wordpress.com. So, that's all I have for today. I'll see you in about 10 days or so. Enjoy what's going on in your knitting. I'll talk to you later. Ro, what's on your shirt?
Snowman. Olaf Snowman.
Olaf Snowman?
Yeah.
Olaf Snowman.
Oh, you're dancing without any music even.